My accident that caused my brain injury happened over a decade ago. And so it happened right after college, and most of my adult life then has been with a brain injury. And so I don't know what adult life is like without it, but I will say in the course of my life, the hardest thing about my life that was difficult after the brain injury was putting together a team that wanted the same things for my life that I wanted for it. So finding medical professionals and therapists and other people who thought that I could achieve the things that I wanted to achieve in my life still. And that was a really difficult thing to do to avoid being pigeonholed as someone who lived a certain way. Doctors told my parents in the hospital, the first hospital I was in, that I would spend the rest of my life in a nursing home. And so overcoming that has been a very difficult challenge. I think that it's just being honest with people about the things that I want in life and not being afraid to get like a second opinion or sometimes a third opinion about what people are expecting of me. I had a surgeon, for instance, who I was seeing for other issues that came from the car accident, and I was given very specific instructions to ask the surgeon if, for anesthetics, like if they had certain things to do for a brain injury. And the surgeon looked at me and was like, "You're walking and talking though, so the accident couldn't have been that bad." But like, I almost died. The only reason I got through that was because I had people in my corner who could like remind me that this is a question that you should be asking the surgeon. And so that kind of mindset of like being able to know when you have people in your corner in the face of like these people who also are supposedly experts was the thing that made that a little bit easier, that difficult situation easier. Yeah. My main traumatic brain injury doctor at Ohio State, she was a good point person that we grew to trust, and then we could go to her with our questions about does this check out for you as something that is useful for my recovery? And so making sure that we always were drawing on the expertise of the different people on our team to help my recovery was a really useful practice. And we went through like multiple iterations of, sometimes there'd be something that she'd recommend, like wouldn't work for me. And so we'd come back and explain that to her, and she'd be like, okay, well, we'll go in this direction. And so just being, having like a point person was really useful in drawing on their expertise. The Brain Injury Association of Ohio has helped me a lot after my recovery, and being a stage where I can do advocacy work and share my story with other people. And so I can share my story with lawmakers, with doctors, and with even other survivors and caregivers. And so all of that has been really useful for doing the kind of work that I want to do because of my injury. 1 in 4 Ohioans is going to have a brain injury over the course of their lives, and so that means that there is a person with a brain injury that looks every type of way. And I think that's important because sometimes it's hard as a person with a brain injury that you feel really alone, and I felt really alone, and that aloneness kind of affects the kind of vision for your life that you have. And so I think it's important to know that there's this big community of people who have had a brain injury, and to get connected with them so that you can see visions of your life that you want for yourself. And I think that's an important benefit of getting plugged into a community. Every injury and then every recovery is so unique, and so it's doubly unique, right? You have the uniqueness of the injury and the uniqueness of the recovery, and I think that's the lesson I would give someone, is that your recovery is going to look different. It's going to look not the same as other people maybe, but I think that's the benefit of talking to lots of different people, so that you can like take bits and pieces from different stories to kind of help you on the road to recovery or in your road to caregiving. And yeah, just remember that the journey is going to look unique for you.